Just when you think you're done with Aldia's keep, it keeps pulling us back in. Hello, Basilisk that got let out. What a weird part of the game, by the way. The giant skull thing broke the Basilisk out, so the cart's gone now. But the Basilisk respawns alive outside of the cart, but the dragon head's gone. So, like, this game's very selective about which things respawn and which things don't when you rest at a bonfire. Anyway, we met this guy over here, and we didn't let him out this time. I've let him out in previous playthroughs. And he invades you everywhere, just like the Forlorn guy does, except he's way more dangerous than Mr. Forlorn, because this guy has magic. Lots of pyromancy and stuff, I think.
Well, you're nicely hollowed, aren't you? Are you tormented by memories? Burdened by guilt? Now the question, are you ready for more? If you are, then we ought to talk.
So this is all new for me, but he has a specific chain of events he spawns if you approach him as a hollow and don't let him out of here.
This contains my power. Long ago, this naive vessel of mine set about devising new spells. The fool dreamt of bringing new forms of magic into the world. But instead, he created me. Mostly by chance, but he did a fine job, I must say. What he sought was strength, and so I decided to demonstrate. While my vessel slept, I'd find my mark and hunt him down. But my vessel did not approve, and so while I slept, he sealed the both of us away. No, I don't have anything against humans, but how is it that you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me. How can that be so wrong? So what say you to a spot of murder on my behalf? If you don't, I'll leave this place and take more lives. Many more. I couldn't give a fig either way, so what's your choice? Yes, I see how very kind of you. I want you to kill a merchant named Gilligan. A greedy, foul man. He won't be missed, I assure you. Yes, bring me a ladder miniature as proof. Is the only person who'd have such an odd knick-knack.
And that's why I bought the miniature ladder from him earlier.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss our next mark. I want you to kill one more. Your target will be Kale, the man who's drafting that map. While I was trapped in here, he touched me, that maniac, like I was some rare specimen. He wore a strange helm. Bring it back as proof. Yes, I knew I could count on you. Perhaps this will slake my thirst.
Not sure. Kale has the monocle helm, right? I think that's just something you can buy from anyone. Do I already have the Explorer helm? I think if you make a certain character, you can even spawn with it. Otherwise, I might have to go buy it. I'll check to see if I have it real quick.
I want you to kill
Alright, yep. I'm gonna have to go track down a certain helm. Hey, Kale.
Oh, hello again. You've made it. The map, I presume.
So let's see if I talk to him a little bit, will he just give me something, maybe? Because he might. Oh, he has a lot to talk about, doesn't he? Something essential. He seems to still be saying new things. Alright, nope. So, I think he might reward me for lighting every possible location. So the question then is, am I missing any... Am I missing any fires? Also, his helm looks like that. I mixed him up with oh, I was thinking of Madgerold when I thought of the helmet with the monocle on it. He wears this metal helmet. I'll see if I can find it at a store. Although, frankly, I wouldn't necessarily mind just killing that character. He doesn't really matter. Let's fall in the hole real quick. Wee hug. So if I remember correctly, there's a little trick you can do. This vendor goes into swagger mode here when you spend too much money at his place. And if you come here with no souls, I think he actually sort of takes pity on you.
You need armor? Go ahead. See what I'm offering. In a spot of bother, are we? Here, take this. My compliments.
Oris armor.
Are you sure?
I'm trying to think. Is this actually different? Yeah, there we go. So I already had the Oros armor before. It's the one that looks like... specifically like this? Yeah. And now I've got the invisible version of it. This raises your equipment load. So it actually makes your... it's relatively light armor in that way. But it's also weird. Because your character might as well be naked. So it's like, what? It's just a little bit of a jarring thing to see your character run around it. This like weird floppy skirt around your legs. That's just... I think there's a specific effect that happens if you... There we go. Yeah. This was things you might not have known about Dark Souls thing I saw once. The Oros armor doesn't... when you see it through an object, it doesn't show up at all. Which is also weird in its own way. Oh well. That's just a neat little trick. That's why I fell in the hole on purpose. Well, hello, new friend. That wasn't very nice. So, sorry, a little distracted by this guy. I forgot there's so many places I lit up that there's some surprise guys just sort of hanging out around. There we go. So, what's going on here is... did a little digging around online, and I found out that you can only finish the Sorcerer Navlan quest after you've defeated Nashandra. If you want to get it without if you want to finish it without actually killing any NPCs, because the cartographer only gives you his helm after you light every bonfire, and the last one of those is for killing the final boss of the story. So we'll just have to wrap that up, probably just a few episodes from now, honestly. But after I finish Nashandra, well, when I ran past those two dark spellcasters on the way here, someone took offense apparently, decided to pursue me. Get off my level. Nope. Oh. I almost walked right off the cliff there. That's Scraps of Life. And that's Heavenly Thunder. This person likes AoE. AoE certainly has its place in PvP, because your enemy can't predict where it's going to attack, so their best option is to run away, or face the fact that you're going to wreck their shit. Thankfully, this little torch deflects a lot of this guy's spells. And my sword deflects his heartbeat. Ha ha ha. Oh, not quite. Yep. Finish him. That was relatively straightforward. You guys leashing? Yeah, they are. Alright. So, with Navlan's quest on pause till we defeat Nashandra, that basically makes Vendrick our next objective. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Oh, you're just doing a fine old time today, aren't ya? Alright, so he's been walking in circles for a while. He's also suddenly vulnerable to damage. He's still so resistant to damage, he'll actually ignore you at first. Anyway, as you can see, I have 5 Souls of a Giant. The game... you have to register a certain amount of damage on him before the fight to even start, basically. But then he gets nasty. So you have to be careful about this. He has a bit of a tricky moveset, primarily because his sword swing covers like almost a full circle. In fact, some of them kind of do cover a full circle. So you can't be sitting there and attacking non-stop, because you basically have to be ready to use invincibility frames to survive his sword swing, unless you're flat out outside of his attack range. He also twists around a lot, so it's a little awkward. Basically, oftentimes the beginning or end of his swing, the part that is clearly not the part meant to hurt you, is totally what's going to hurt you. Because he's trying to swing at something in front of him, which is clearly wrong, but his swing covers so much range in a circle that you could easily get hit by him. I don't know if it's different now, but I know in the original version, it was entirely possible to get basically one-shot by him. Ow. That's called rolling early, folks. You don't want to do that if you have an enemy that's trying to track you with attacks. Quick chug. You have to be careful. He does have jump attacks, if I remember correctly, where he will charge at you if you're too far ahead of him. He also has a rare magic spell. I think he only uses it in very specific conditions that you are unlikely to encounter through normal gameplay. But people have found it. People that have... With 100 million people playing the game at the same time, someone eventually finds it. That number's not meant to be taken literally. Anyway, that's Vendrick down. Not too big of a deal. Vendrick trophy unlocked. This chamber's always bigger than I give it credit for. See if I can light a little bit of a torch to sort of add to this a little bit. Do I have any? There we go. So it looks like a circular room at first, so you might think it's a cramped area. Then you kind of look out in the distance in the background and you realize that's layer after layer after layer. Like these huddled men you see in the background, they're just more and more of them out there for a crazy distance. So this place is freaking massive. It's impossible to get a proper sense of how big it is without being able to walk around in its environment, and you can't. And frankly, if you break the game on a PC version and start flying around, you'll probably just start seeing seams in the world because they did not design it for you to see it. Once you get once you get back a few rows, some of those guys could even be two-dimensional images instead of 3D models. It's entirely possible. There's definitely an interesting appearance to this area with all these shafts of light coming down. But hey, turns out that Ashen Mist Heart's good for more than just giant memories. So Vendrick's dead, but you can still reach him in his own memories.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. I am Vendrick, ruler of Drang Lake. As flame rises, so does it fade. Such is the way of things. Do you intend to link the fire? Then you must first take the throne. Prove your worth. Find the ancient crowns. Seek adversity, and they will be yours. And your wishes granted. And your wishes granted.
So we have a lot of work to do. If you attack him or try to leave the area, the Ashen Mist fades very... Oh, look, Velstadt. I don't remember him being there before. Velstadt should be there, story-wise, because he's the defender of Vendrick, but I don't remember him physically being present outside the chamber in the original version, so that's a nice touch if that changed. Anyway, Vendrick is worth quite a number of souls. Also, there's another place where we can use this Ashen Mist Heart. Alright, welcome back to the Brightstone Cove Tesseldora. Back where we fought... Hey, spiders. Still have my torch out, don't bother me. Can I do this fall? Uh-oh. That was a bad idea. Oh my god! Guess who forgot about these guys? Okay. Where's the boss chamber? There we go. So, we have our own reason to visit this location. Double chug real quick. Roll. Anyone behind me still? No. Not necessarily. So, one last place where we can use the giant soul. Ashen Mist Heart for now. Dragon memories. The memories of dragons. Illusion ahead or like a dream? Fatty, therefore fatty. Did they... well, my biggest curiosity is if they added something here, because before I don't think there was anything here. Beware of sadness, therefore tears. Let me out of here. If I remember... I think I remember this place just being empty originally, but I'm not sure. So let's take a look around. See if any changes have been made. Poor soul. Yep, there's the dragon that died. It's weird that the dragon's dead in his own memories. That's a weird moment. Ancient dragon soul. Oh. That's the soul of the dragon. Interesting. Was that there? I don't remember if that was there originally, honestly. Soul of the great ancient dragon that stands magnificently deep within the shrine. This powerful being stands and waits for whoever may visit him. Use the dragon soul created by those who peered into the essence of the soul to acquire numerous souls or to create things of great worth. So the implication here is the giant great dragon that the ancient dragon I killed, he's already dead apparently. This appears to be where he died. And the version we see elsewhere seems to be some kind of like the idea. People think Aldia was creating dragons or bringing them back from the dead in order to find out things about something. The Dark Soul. I forget exactly. The Great Flame. I think they might have been working on how to extend the life of the flame, because the flame is how everything survives in Dark Souls land. The lore gets confusing sometimes. But Aldia was doing experiments. The ancient dragon appears to be one of those experiments. And is there anything around here? Here. Oh, and there's nothing here though, right? You're just lying to me? You're just a liar? I'm pretty sure that, One of the reasons I wanted to come here is I was convinced that they might throw some kind of boss fight at me. Not a boss fight, but I thought there might be like a cool surprise, like an invasion or something. But yeah, it seems to still be this weird, isolated area that just kind of exists and is strange. Alright, I'll go ahead and click on the head again to see if something else happens after I've gotten the soul, especially since we're about to get kicked out anyway. Quickly, quickly, quickly! Yeah, just clicking on it kicks me out anyway. Alright, so that's a thing. Alright, we're crossing this bridge again. Apparently the Dragon Rider's dead now. Interesting, because he definitely respawned at least once. Just want to come back here before anyone thinks I forgot about it. So, you kill Vendrick, and he doesn't drop a soul. That seems peculiar. But it's actually off in this weird bridge in Shrine of Amana. Let's go ahead and light things up in here a little bit. Might have to actually buy some of these soon. Hey look! A throne room. Or, a throne anyway. And it's technically in a room, so I guess... Soul of the King. Soul of Vendrick, King of Drang Lake, this great soul beckoned the dark, overwhelming the king. Perhaps this king, who once ruled the world of men, was a lacking vessel for the true throne. Use the soul of he who would link the flame to acquire numerous souls or create something of great worth. Little bit of a weird place to find that. This episode has been kind of a double feature of two separate... Or this recording session anyway has been a sort of a double feature of two bosses whose souls are mysteriously separated from their bodies. And then this chest has some kind of neat equipment in it. King's Crown, Armor, Gauntlets, and Leggings. This is a pretty cool set. I don't know if it has... Let's see. I don't know if it has necessarily great stats. I think it might be decent though. I'm not going to wear the other piece, but I'll use everything except for the gloves. Pretty goddamn awesome looking set, honestly. You look a lot like a Man of the Night's Watch from Game of Thrones, actually, minus the crown. King's Crown. Crown of Vendrick, King of Drang Lake. What makes a king? Some say it is the birthright, while others call it destiny. Perhaps it's not important, as long as the king's name serves to unite his people. Nothing really new there. So, interesting set. That's Vendrick's crown. I believe he has I think he has a new reaction if you talk to him when he has it. I'll be collecting a number of crowns over the course of the DLC in particular. It might have a special effect too. I know all 3 crowns you get from DLC have special effects that are not explained to you at all when you put on the item, but they all have a secret effect, and I think this one has one too. They're mostly pretty shitty effects though, but the one for the second DLC is absolutely incredible because it restores spell uses on a time interval, which is really badass because it means you don't have to use spell recovery items over and over again. And if you're using, say, if you're, for example, using a spell that applies a status effect to your weapon, or a spell like Denial that's supposed to make it impossible for you to be killed, and you can only cast that spell, say, every, like once per bonfire, and you only get 1 or 2 casts, and that's it. Having that crown auto-restore is pretty amazing. I don't know why I'm talking so much about this. We don't even have the item yet. Anyway, that's probably it for now, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, like always. Next time we're going to go after Dark Lurker and the final bosses.